Now we can hear sound. There we go. Sorry about that. That was, There we go. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Josh, and that music's really loud all of a sudden. My name is Josh, this is the Game Joy channel, and we are on Hutan Pantai. And we are doing a little bit of trucking, kind of similar to what we were doing over on the other series. They will diverge very soon because this one has lots of farming, and that one doesn't have any farming at all. Or no farming yet. It's all the fog's fault. Yeah. Here, let me show you what I meant about the fog. Like, it's the afternoon. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, who in the world has ever experienced fog like this? At 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, I can barely see anything. Like, it's a bright and sunny day in April. I mean, who knows what the temperature is or anything like that, but seriously, that's just weird, right? And that's a tree. And somehow my truck lost its really cool configuration settings. It might be because I updated the mod, but yeah, that's probably what it is. We're doing this crazy, crazy tight mountain road. And until... I think Giants needs to figure out foliage bending. So they have... I saw a thread on Reddit yesterday. Good cameras. What the hell? I saw a thread on Reddit the other day, and it was like yelling at Giants for just being idiots. Like, how did the map authors think that putting a tree like this on the inside of a corner is going to help? Right? It's almost like the map developers and designers were not talking to the testing staff at all. And all of these mountain roads have, like, all these trees that hang over in the path, in the road itself, and totally get in the way. Then they put a mission all the way back here in the forest that you have to do, or a contract, or whatever you want to call it. The game seems to not really care what you call it. And then make people drive down these mountain roads, right, with frickin' trees that overhang the roadway. It's like, what were they thinking? Or were they not thinking? As the case may be. Like, were they not thinking? Did they not realize that people are going to drive on these roads, or that the developers were creating contracts for the people to drive on those roads specifically to do this kind of work? I backed up in this little corner so much better last time. Not the best trailer for this. What testing staff? Exactly, Bruce. What testing staff? I didn't know they had a testing staff. They don't have a testing staff. That's silly. Strap it down. We're good to go. Now I can't see can't see the truck anymore, so I'm gonna have to take the road this way in the cab. And this truck doesn't have mirrors. Oh, there they are. I have to look at my mirrors a little bit. Drive off the edge of the road. What am I caught on? See? Like, why do they put this type of tree in the road? It's like in the way. There we go. It's my mountain road. I'll trim it however I want. Should probably slow down a little bit. Before I get caught on another tree. Seriously? Oh, this is hilarious. I just like getting caught on trees left, right, center every other 5 seconds. Like this, I understand it's a logging road, but don't you test with the base game equipment? This is all base game equipment that you can actually drive your trucks down said road. Did they test that functionality? Swing really wide on that corner, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, we made it. We made it. JC Farms, welcome in. David and Bruce, thanks for being here. We are just bitching and moaning about the game. I mean, it's the fog's fault, says David says. But we just got paid. We're going to get paid $10K for just picking up those logs right there in that little alcove. And that's with the prices toned down a bit. Let's go. And there's that wood transport, and then wood transport done. Because I wanted to make sure it's not in the way. I'll park off to the side here. Let's check the other stuff. This guy was doing a... What's this called? A hoeing contract? That just sounds bad. Can't help it. A hoeing contract? And do we have any more hoeing contracts that we can do with this equipment while we have it? Actually, this is our equipment. What am I saying? So hoeing, is the weeding contract done? No. The hoeing one's been collect, so collect. We have to make back our money for buying that hoe. Sorry, it just sounds bad. 19 and 20. I'll do those, I guess. Drive across the map. How's everyone doing tonight? And he's sitting on the corner. Yeah. Close it up. Start. Close it up. Who's sitting on the corner? Oh, I'm doing a hoeing contract and I'm sitting on the corner. Richard Downer with a very interesting question. Any plans for fish farming in 20... What? Why would I care about fish farming? No? Not happening. No fish farming for me. I'm not a fish farming kind of guy. I think I used those fish farming mods once or twice. And they were interesting. I think if it's built into a map, sure. But I'm not going to place it down out of nowhere. It gives you a good use for corn, if you want to do something with corn. Camera's off. Hold on. Find something to push the camera with. Is it better? But yeah. Richard, actually, you might know this. There was a stark lack of JCB in in FS25. And I was wondering if you would happen to know, you're the person to ask actually, if MGS is planning on bringing his super fast track to 25. Whether he brings it publicly or mod hub or anything like that, I was just curious if you knew if that was in the plans or works. Because that was a pretty awesome fast track. One of my favorite fast tracks. And there is no 8330 in the game yet, so gotta have my favorite tractor. Alright, it's fair. On new 3D models? Okay. Very cool. I am too, is as the case may be. I am also focused on almost all the stuff that I'm bringing will have new 3D models, except for a few carryovers from 25. And there's no lines in this field, so I'm just going to hire a worker to do it. I thought the JCB had some custom models on it. I might have been wrong. It would be cool, like a cool JCB custom model mod, I always thought would be cool, is to do their new hydrogen pack, which is like the excavator, telehandler, the front end loader slash backhoe, and the hydrogen fuel truck, which is based off of the 8330, and bring all of that hydrogen powered stuff to 25. I think that'll be freaking cool. Oh, you're happy to let other people convert? Ooh. I might sign up for that if you guys have the original models. I always love that the My Game Stream version of the super fast track. Welcome in, everybody. How is it going? Nice, Richard Downer. Thank you. What are we doing today? This guy is done. So we're gonna. Can't believe we finished this contract. This contract was gigantic. It was this huge field here, and we had to weed the whole thing. But this weeder is really big. Downside is this weeder, even though it's base game, keeps getting caught in the ground. I don't know what's going on. I had to like restart the worker 3 or 4 times because of that failure to operate. So we're gonna collect, and collect. That. We just made a bunch of stuff, and we have a new weeding contract. We don't have a weeder yet, but I'm getting a little tired of weeding contracts right now. And I don't want to do deadwood or wood transport, so, oh look, the next field in line came up, so we're already down there. We might as well do all 3. Let's look at some farmland. So we own this field area here, and we own 60, but 60 is basically the farm. Oh, that's not true. It's the farm and the hillside on the left side of the track. So there's some trees there. That'd be cool. These fields, this one, 45, has what in it? Is that sugar beets? Because you know how much I love sugar beets. Not. Oh god, the crops in this area are all like hate. I don't like any of them. Sugar beets. Is this corn or carrots? Oh god, the crops are still doubled. It's so annoying. Okay, so it's carrots. Is it parsnips or I don't know. Parsnips? No. It's sugar beet? Yeah, sugar beet. So it's carrots, sugar beet, These two are both spinach, and this one is peas or oilseed radish. Probably peas. Yep, peas. And red beets. Like, this is like the root crops corner. So even if I buy any of these fields, actually, let's see how many of them are actually planted or seeded. Because if they aren't actually seeded yet, this says red beets growing, but it's like, I can just plow that under. Peas, it's already growing. It's fertilized to 100% though, that's not bad. Spinach, we could do a bunch of spinach. I've never done spinach before, maybe we should do spinach. I have no desire to do sugar beets or carrots though. Well, let's start with the field closest to us and start buying fields, right? We got a little bit of money, 237. Hello. Let's buy this one, and we'll get a, and they'll camp 281. Good lord, that's expensive. It includes a little bit of grass around it, but still, that's. How much is this one? 133. That's almost all our money. 182. Yeah, the land around here is pricey. And it's partially my fault that it's pricey, but it's pricey. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. And what is, so we bought this spinach field. It's growing. It doesn't say which growth stage, just growing. But this looks like it's actually almost ready to harvest. I haven't tried the logging yarder in 25. No, Richard, not yet. I did play with it a bunch in 22, and I did like it. And this area would this map would probably be pretty good to try that out on, actually. This worker's done. Let's do some public. I have access. I was told to do this contract. But we're just going to do these as if they're one field. Do a little bit of hoeing over on our own. I can't even see. The fog is too thick. Help, help. I can't see anymore. Let's get some steering assist on these fields. Thank you. I think the fog is overdone. I know what they're trying to do, and I think that there are moments when the fog looks good, but then there's also moments when it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a sunny day. There's no way there would be that much fog. It's nowhere near a river or a water source of any kind, so fog doesn't make sense at all. So what are you doing, Giants? That's just dumb. Come on. Think for a minute. Figure out what you're actually doing. You know, whatever. No, this is not a Thrustmaster wheel. This is a Moza steering wheel. This is the trucking bundle. It was a gracious gift from my family for Christmas, and also kind of a dual purpose thing. It was also a prize for a competition I had at work, where I was on the team and we did a hackathon kind of thing, and my team won. And we're supposed to get a cash prize. I don't know where that cash prize is, but it should be coming at some point. Yes, I agree. Fog is temperature based. For that matter, so are tornadoes and hail. All temperature based. But apparently the game doesn't care that they're temperature based. It just kind of does them willy-nilly whenever it feels like it. Hey, Corp. Welcome in. Thanks for being here, sir. Yes, it is first time on my live stream. Thank you very much for being here. I usually stream on Tuesdays, but Tuesday was New Year's Eve, right? So spending time with family. I'm also been under the weather. I'm a little sick. You can kind of hear it in my voice. And Rusty's in here too. Welcome in, Rusty. And Farmer Brian. And Grumpy Gray. Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of people in here today. Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks for being active in chat. That means a great deal to me. I personally haven't encountered a tornado yet. I was watching Nuclear Salmon. No, not Nuclear Salmon. I was watching Oregon Trees Farming, and he had a tornado that lasted the length of 2 streams. So 4.5, 5 hours long. He had a tornado that literally lasted 5 hours, and of that 5 hours, it was like 11 or 12 hours of gameplay that it lasted. It's kind of like, what is the game thinking? Tornadoes do not... Tornadoes, I can even say it properly. Tornadoes do not last that long. Yeah. It makes me wonder, Richard, if they're going to reserve that kind of functionality for precision farming. And, like, keep the crop sampling kind of stuff and not give us that until precision farming. Makes me wonder. I don't know for sure, but it does make me wonder if that's what's going to happen. That was crazy, Corbin. I think you were there too. It was like he had this like slow-moving tornado that just was like inching along through an entire forest and across a really big field that he didn't own, and then came right up to his farm where he had built a bunch of stuff, and then stopped. It took like 5 hours. Setting option. You know, I don't think, I think I have it on. I have tornadoes or weather events or whatever the setting option is. I have it turned on. I haven't seen it yet. I have it turned on. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's because I'm playing on Hutan that they don't have tornadoes in Asia. But if it was legit, they would have typhoons or something. That would be awesome. Have a typhoon in Hutan, and the entire town area gets flooded and destroyed, and suddenly all of your sell points are gone. That would be an interesting gameplay element for sure. Now, I do have a black version of this hoe already made. I just didn't get a chance to swap it out before stream, so... I know I promised to make this thing, make a black edition of this hoe for you guys. And don't worry, I will, but I'll swap it out later. Yeah, I've seen people have multiple tornadoes. I just haven't been lucky enough, or I guess, or unlucky. Depends on how you look at it, I guess, to get one yet. Hoping it happens soon, because just see what all the hype's about, I guess. And the one thing I want to know is whether or not, number one, tornadoes will damage grass crops. I would imagine they do, but, you know, Giants probably forgets things like that. Then I also want to know if the damaged wood, like if it destroys trees, does the damaged wood sell just as good as the regular wood? And if so, does my sawmill care? Kind of like a beta testing kind of thing. Like, I made a sawmill. I wonder if my sawmill cares if the wood is tornado strewn, or whatever. The script idea. Richard. Let it rip. What do you got for a script idea, buddy? Oh, the Typhoon? Is that the script idea? No, not taking that on. Read above. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, you should be charged $20 when you crash into a street sign. Oh, that's a good idea. Can't see the wall. I'm gonna crash into a wall. Oh, I crashed into a wall. The street signs. Yeah, that would be cool. I actually like that idea. I crash into street signs all the time, so I would get charged money. The one feature that used to be in the game, I don't know if it's still in the game anymore. Not in the game, but in the Universal Autoload mod, I have to actually check the code or ask Loki because I can't seem to find a setting for it. He used to have a realism roleplay setting in that mod. Oh, I should probably raise this. A realism roleplay setting in that mod where you could set it to charge you per pallet or per piece of wood that you loaded. Oh, see, I just avoided $25. Only thing with the street signs, though, Richard, is I don't think the street signs that are on the maps have a trigger. And so somehow you'd have to replace every street sign with a trigger of some kind so that it would know, or there would be an event when a street sign is hit, which would require some i3D wizardry while the game is running, which might be beyond my skill level. This fast track is not beyond my skill level. I think that my favorite part about the wheel, and this is, I'm still getting used to it, right? My favorite part about it is that, like, I can barrel around the map and still drive relatively accurately. Whereas before, I'd be crashing into stuff all day long. Here, I can just be like, whoop. And, like, as long as the tractor's built to actually, you know, react to inputs like this fast track is, whoever built this fast track, good job. This is the fast track icon, by the way. The fast track 4000 series icon. And I just, oh, nailed one. That's $25. It would be even better, Richard, if you could have the one thing I haven't seen or I've seen anyone do is to add finances. And this is an idea for a bigger mod, but I think the ability to add new types of finances would be really awesome. So, like in your finance screen, right? In your finance screen, which is, I don't even know where it is anymore. Let me look. Here? Finances. See how these income expenditures, right? Bale costs, pallet costs, harvest income, biogas plant income, like production costs. Where's your production income? Or new category, or like public works fees for knocking down street signs, right? Like, how do I add a new category to this screen? I don't even know if it's possible. I've never tried, but I still don't know if it's possible. But yeah, I think that would be cool. Too many ideas, not enough time. My little vacation is over. I was back at work yesterday and today. Had to do actual work and not spending all my time coding, which is fun in some way. And we're going to go to our fertilizer and do one more contract before we finish our day, and then probably go the next day. So the next day I can actually do some mowing. did swap out with the black edition of this trailer. So we are using the black edition now, which is great. Tom, welcome in. Thanks for coming in, even if you're lurking. Thanks for being here, buddy. Welcome to the madness. We are going to go do a fertilizing contract. And we used to be able to not do fertilizing contracts at all because this Iseki tractor, I feel like it's like half done. Like it has like a little thing on the front, but there's no front attachments for it. There's no front 3-point, no front weight. I think I've turned this way. And it's underpowered, and it's kind of bulky, even though it's underpowered. I understand it might be what am I trying to say? Legit. I can't figure out what word I'm saying. Is this the field I want? 9. Yep. Still have to fix that keybind. Keybind is still wrong. I'm totally like missing a stripe of that field. That's pretty stupid. CR11 has flashers. Okay, cool. I did figure out something recently. I've been doing a lot of like very minor edits of stuff, and it took me a little while to figure out the to get the what's it called? Can't even think. Variable pickup width stuff working again. That took a little bit of tweaking to get working again, and now we're gonna have markers at the end of those things. They're gonna be dynamically loaded. I still have to make the model for the markers. Right now, it's just a Giants thing. It's an object that was created in a shape that was created in Giants editor. It's not an actual legit shape. But I'll fix that eventually. But yeah, the next thing I'll be releasing or trying to get ready for release is the variable pickup width, which has been, I think, a lot of people really liked towards the end of 22, and I'm really hoping that it maintains that same enjoyment in 25. Oh, the other thing I figured out recently was more for map building, but I edited one of my playthroughs, and I'm probably gonna edit this one too, to add more locations for events. So for like the special contract events, the Deadwood missions, the wood transport missions, and the rock breaking events, I added some more locations for those within the contracts, so there's like more variety. On one of my, I make things cheaper with VPW. What do you mean? VPW is already, it's like the VPW is $1 more than base game. That's not cheap enough. Like, all of the VPW equipment is just $1 more than base game. So I'm not changing the prices, because it's all base game equipment. I'm not changing the prices of base game. But I could make them all, you know, every one of those vehicles $10,000 cheaper or something. I don't know if that would Giants would like that. So there's a couple things in play here, Richard. We have the Sopema trailer, which is on Mod Hub. That was by the Universe Simu modding. I believe it was from 17. And then we have the Amazon seeder on the Amazon fertilizer spreader on the back, which is the base game one, just with color selections. I made my own flare for both of them. I added more tires to the Sopema one, made it colorable. It wasn't colorable by default. Just made it a little bit better. Nothing big. They really want me to do weeding contracts, huh? Hoeing contracts. Field 37. Let's do this. Field 37. I'm gonna go visit it. Because this is something to do with the game, and I think I don't want to buy the land. I want to visit. Yeah, so I don't get this. It says growing, right? But I think Giants bugged this because growth stage 1, yes, that means it's growing. But if you have growth stage 1, weeds don't show up. They're not visible. So why would you do a weeding mission when there's no visible weeds? Because then you have no way of knowing whether or not you've gotten the weeds, which makes weeding missions freaking hard. And then you only really do AI with them. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, and if we go through these farmlands and we look, 26, visit, again, same thing. Sorghum growing. All right, so we're gonna make a decision right now. Right now. Okay, we're not gonna buy land, but the game is broken. And one thing that the game does is go to growth or crop types. And if I didn't have 2 types of crops, then it wouldn't be broken. Where's grass? There's 2 of them. I don't know. I've doubled them. There's no grass on the map at all because there was a bug in the game where it caused the grass to get cultivated. So there's cultivating contracts for grass, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you cultivate a grass field? Like this field right here was a grass field. And the one up there on the hill was a grass field. And those are like starter grass fields. But then they have cultivating contracts for grass fields, which doesn't make sense. Why would you have a cultivating contract for a grass field? Leave it as a grass field. So now the problem is, and this is the problem that we're going to solve right now, is we don't have any more grass fields on this map. We have lots and lots of crop fields, many of them for crops that I detest. And so I'm voting, I'm going to say that we should just go ahead and replace any carrot or parsnips. Like, there's not really any red beets, but I say we replace any carrot or parsnip fields with grass fields. And that'll give us grass contracts. I don't care about the carrots or parsnips. I can't stand harvesting them. I just want to replace them. So what do you guys think? Grumpy Gray Farmer. I'm just going to replace them with grass field because I want grass contracts. I want there to be grass fields. So I'm going to just do that. So let's go here. So we're going to go here. How do we do that? So we go visit, go here, and then we go GS field set state. And then hit enter. And then we get this little funny menu. And this is parsnips. We're going to change it to grass. And we'll do green middle. So it's not ready to harvest yet. I think invisible is the same as... How do you have invisible dense? Now we have grass. And then what other fields were there? Can't have that menu open in that one. So now we have a grass field. 14 was another one. Visit. Here, this one's getting turned into a grass field. I'm vetoing thing. No, this way. Grass. Grass. Green small. We'll do green small for this one. Fine. I don't know what these mean, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. Apply. This one has its growing. Both of them at different states, so they don't all get harvested at the same time. 44. That's gonna be one of our fields. We eventually will buy it, but for right now, it's getting turned into a grass field. Because I don't want no more root crops. Carrots especially. Ew. Gross. Carrot. Nope. Grass. Green middle. Fly. Perfect. 21 is also carrots. Goodbye. No more carrots for you. Carrot. Grass. Growth state. Invisible. Apply. So it is grass, and it will hopefully grow. It's grass, grass, grass. We got a couple grass kind of all over our map. 34. Visit. This one's also going to get turned into grass. And we'll do this one invisible also. Apply. Did you imply it? Okay, so now we have a couple grass fields on our map. Now we have a ton of spinach fields. Gosh, I wish I could fix that bug. And Grumpy, I'll get to your question in just a second. We have spinach, green beans, peas. I'm fine with the new crops. Whatever. I'll deal with the new crops. I just don't want to deal with the carrots. Oh, we found it. Visit carrot field. Another carrot field. Grass. Growth state. Harvest ready. Fly. Close. Alright, so now we have some grass. Save our game so we don't have to do all this over again in case it crashes. I want to answer Grumpy's question. Alright, let's go back to the shop and drop off our fertilizer spreader because we're just using it at the shop right now. And I'll answer Grumpy Gray's question while we're doing that. So, currently, the wood chips at my sawmill, if you're using the original version, an old version, so if you're using an old version, 1.000 or 1.001, those have a somewhat low trigger. So if you use a smaller trailer, like use a smaller trailer like one of the Welgers or the Farm Tech trailer, those ones will load fine. And all you do is you drive up to the end of the sawmill and you load from it. But I did make an update which will get submitted to Giants as soon as they get their head of their asses, and which raises that trigger to make it taller. So it's not making it bigger. Well, it is kind of making it bigger, but it's just making it taller to work with taller trailers. So if you're using like the crampy big body one, that's the one that actually was reported to me. If you use the crampy big body, it's too tall, where the fill trigger for the trailer and the fill trigger for the thingy. That's not what I want. Fill trigger for the trailer and the fill trigger for the wood chips don't kind of meet. And I can show you that. So we're going to go here, turn that off, and I'm going to show Grumpy real quick. Okay. We're going to go sell the wood chips from my sawmill. Wait, hold on. Hold, please. What is this? Do you guys see this? Oh, that's exhaust coming out of it. That's cool. It looks like the tire was going through water. That's just exhaust coming outside. All right. So I was moving some pallets with this lizard dragon. Now we're going to convert it into a trailer and go get the sawmill wood chips. Whoop, whoop, sorry. Yep, nope, sorry. Oop, there you go. Nice. I'm just barreling through this map now. Now that I got the hang of this wheel. Can't see anything because of the fog. If I run into roads... Yeah, I would actually... With Richard's idea for a mod, I would actually lose a lot of money. I would run into road signs all the dang time. Alright, we're not a bale trailer. Standard extension. We'll just do the standard one, even though it's only like 4,000 liters. That's fine. Customize. Yes. Configuration changed. Thank you. Thank you for saving. Really happy that you did that right then and there. So if you have a trailer that's low enough, this one happens to be low enough, but you want to drive up the sawmill, and my sawmill is right here, kind of on the hill. The new sawmill is designed so that it can be placed on a hill. It doesn't have to be placed flat. The only part that has to be flat is the area where the pallets are spawning. You see the fill trigger right here on the end? Just come right here and do R, and it'll fill. Now, if you don't get this menu right away, one thing in the game... So if you tab between vehicles, there's a bug in the game right now, where if you tab between vehicles, you can't fill the first time you try to fill. You have to exit your vehicle, get back in, and then you'll be able to fill. But you say here, it says, I don't know why it gives you a menu. There's nothing else to fill here. But actually, I know why it gives you a menu. That fill trigger has two products, wood chips and wood. And the reason it has a fill product of wood is so that you can have the wood delivery option, and the wood delivery option works the way it should. So I'm just going to come here and sell them to the bulk sell station, sell my wood chips, and for just under 4,000 liters of wood chips, I'm going to make who knows how much money. Let's guess. Almost $4,000. Good job. So I made a little bit of money. That's good. Ooh, look at all of the stone that's piled up. Does this... Let's check and see over here and see if this thing needs more cement. Does this thing need more cement? It needs... Required materials for next step. 2 liters of cement bags and 6,000 liters of wood beams. Alright, well, let's go deliver some stuff for this fancy production. We need 2 liters of cement bags. So I'm going to not pull all the way in. I'm going to pull in so I can get like 4. There. I'll load in... Oops. I'll load in that. We're just going to bring these 6,000 liters over. Because I could technically sell the rest. Make a little bit of money in case if I need it. And then we're going to go there. And we're going to hit L. And so now we made $7,000. And we need wood beams. Is that right? Yeah, wood beams. Let's go switch this to a bale trailer. It feels weird to be loading and strapping stuff on an open trailer. I'm gonna switch to a bale trailer. We want to keep that production thing going as much as possible. So, come in here. Whoops, wrong button. Let's customize back to a bale trailer. And actually, for the bale trailer, I'm going to do something I've been meaning to do. This, I'm going to hold Alt and widen this just a little bit. The reason is, see this width, the length that I'm changing? The wood beams are 2.2 customized. Okay, and so the reason for doing that is when you're loading wood beams on a regular trailer, you want it to have a little bit of extra width for universal auto load so that it loads the beam across the trailer and not vertical. So you want it to go across the trailer this way, not like this, because it'll actually load more. So as you can see, I got plenty of wood beams stacked up, all set to go. And then I go like this, load them in, and see now it's loading. It's kind of, see how it's overhanging the edge a little bit? That's what I want. I actually want it to overhang the edge so that I could get 3 across. Before, you could only get 2 across. Now I'm just getting an extra 2 on here just because I made my I'm allowing it to overhang the edge, which to me is okay. I don't mind it overhanging the edge a little bit. Let's go here. I got paid. I like how, oh my gosh, 21K? Nice. We need wood beam, and we have wood beam. Let's get a couple extra, just so it has supplies for later. And I'm getting paid for all this stuff, so one thing I found, and I think this is a trigger, a line in the XML somewhere. Number one, I can't see anything because the fog is so dense in this area. So stupid. Why is there so much fog? It's just, it's obnoxious. I think my sawmill's almost out of wood. That's kind of scary. I'm just going to bring all of this up to the construction site. So if you're doing like a your own construction, which I'm doing on my other playthrough, square by square challenge, you don't get paid when you deliver stuff because it's your own building. But this one, since you're providing a service to the map, I guess, you get paid, and they pay just as good as my fill stations pay. So that 130% of normal, the best place to deliver these kind of things is here, as long as it has space for it. But the storage space on these things is only, I think, 10K, so you can't deliver more than 10K over what it needs. It just doesn't have enough space. But let's go up here real quick and see if there's any progress. I like seeing if there's progress. Huh, not really. Not really. Step things are here. Oh, this is progress. This wasn't here before. So we have 1 red platform. No, scratch that. We have 2 red. Oh, this one isn't a red platform. It's just the beams around the outside. That one over there has them. Cool. Cool. Kind of like to see the progress of those. I know it doesn't mean anything, and it's just as useless as just as useless as the roller coaster was, but at least these feel more like I'm building something that beautifies the map instead of like Silver and Forest, which is like, what does a roller coaster have to do with anything other than it takes wood? And I don't know, but is there an achievement for finishing those? If there isn't, there should be. Alright, so what's our status here? Our map is ready. Our crops are still messed up. I'll fix that later. We have another big fertilizing contract. Oh, that's right at the store. I'll do that one quick and then we'll go to the next day. Sorry, I can't help it. These fertilizing contracts are so easy. especially now that I have this trailer. The cool thing about this trailer, and the reason this trailer exists like this, if you guys haven't seen this yet, so basically what this, this tractor, the reason why I like this trailer so much, this tractor could not hold that fertilizer spreader on the back. It just wouldn't work. It's too heavy when it's full. So you could only have like 1,000 liters of stuff, or else this tractor is doing wheelies. And since this tractor has no affordance for a front weight, it just has this weird bracket on the front that doesn't do anything. You couldn't use this for fertilizing. I'm like, okay, this tractor's kind of useless because it only pulls stuff. And it doesn't even have a front weight, so it can't pull a lot of stuff because all it has, it's just weird. It's kind of a useless tractor. I feel like it's not done yet. But you can do this. And dump from the trailer, so that this front part acts like a regular trailer, but it has a dump function. And when something's connected on the back, you can dump into that thing. Which is, in my mind, a pretty awesome feature. Steering assist. One headland is fine. It's not working with a 15. It's 42. Go to 40 just to make sure it has a little bit of overlap. Okay. You wasn't in the room? What? All that work and you weren't even in the room, buddy? You were able to rewind and get it? Yeah. You just have to use a lower trailer for now. The new version is up on my GitHub, so if you get... Since you probably got it off my GitHub in the first place, just go check out the GitHub. The new version is already on GitHub with the enhanced trigger. Special thanks to Don Roberts for pointing that out. That was something that he showed me. He's like, hey, this isn't working with this specific trailer. And I had to figure out why. Oops. Nope. Pick one. Okay, I can't do both. He went to the loo. No worries. But Don Roberts is the one who pointed that bug out and reported it to me. If you guys ever see any bugs with any of the stuff that I'm building, you see something that doesn't work just right, please let me know. I'm always open and willing to help or fix or search for problems if something is just not working right. Let me know. I've already had like almost 40 issues, and a lot of them were repeats, so it's not actually 40 actual problems. But 40 people have submitted issues for the contract boost mod, which is really awesome to see. Because people are actually letting me know when there's problems, which allows me to fix them, which allows me to make the mod better, which is, of course, the goal. Alright. OTG later. Alright, we'll catch you later. Thank you for being here, Corpnut. It was really great to have you, and we'll catch you again next time. Such a good position. Is this thing dynamically changing the direction of my paths? Really? That's pretty cool. Oh, oh. No, it's not. It was thinking about it, but then it decided not to. I don't know what I'm doing, going around in circles here. I need this line right here. GPS is a little strange sometimes. I do really like how the GPS that they built in the game has turns in the paths for the optimal way of doing a field, because in most cases, those turns are legit, and they should be there, and having perfectly straight lines in fields, which is the way Courseplay does it, sometimes doesn't make sense. Not the same amount of sense as a slight curve in the line, which I think is the way the game does it, which is the way the workers drive, which to me makes a little bit more sense. So that's good. Happy with that. Okay. I think I'm overspreading the fertilizer just a little bit because it's okay. Have a ton of it and it's cheap. 98%, 99, contract, finished. Want to be nice and finish the rest of the field. And then head off and go to our next day. Look at the fog just like hanging out in that little field. But that little field there should be a rice field. It shouldn't be whatever field it is. It should be a rice field. I don't know why it's not a rice field. Probably because it wasn't flat. This is like my little parking space that whoops. Parking space that I'm like decided is where I'm parking my fertilizer spreader. Even though I should be taking this back to my farm. Alright. Let's head back to the farm. We're gonna go sleep today. So let's collect that contract before we lose our money. 7 grand. It's a good 7 grand for like 10 minutes of work. We have $206,000. Before we go to sleep, I might regret this. But I'm going to go adhere to vehicles. I'm still not liking the fact that there's no lease menu somewhere. I'm going to return the fast track. Yep, I'm returning it. I want to buy it. We have almost enough money to buy it. I'm going to hope that we have enough money to buy it next month. And if we don't, we're going to have to figure out how to do it. Because I want that tractor back. And we're going to sleep until it's summertime, so let's wake up early. What does this game look like early? I don't know. Let's wake up at 6. Nice. Alright. It's still bright as day at 6. I wouldn't know. I'm never up at 6 this early in the morning. And we have tons of fog. Wow, Giants, thank you so much for providing us with so much fog all the time. Because it's really the best thing ever. Does this thing have any fuel in it? It has some fuel in it. It looks like it has... Used capacity 0. I don't even like this thing. Why is this here? Sell. 12 grand for that. Sweet. I'll put a fuel thing in. But I'll put a fuel thing in somewhere else that's not as obnoxiously in the way. I'll put a fuel thing in right here. Let's put a small... this thing in. No, this is where our tractors are. What is it back here? There's nothing back there. I'm gonna sneak a fuel thing in right here next to these boxes. 4,500 bucks. Done. And we don't have a water supply. On this farm. And we should. But this is gonna flatten the land like crazy. Not sure where I want to put it. I kind of want to put it like there. But I also want to put a fermenter there, so... I want to put it right here. This better be the free one. Because I could have put my own silo down, and I'm using base game stuff, so you better be happy about that. Alright, so this grass, this meadow, is not growing. Huh. Why? We're in May. This is what fully grown meadow looks like? No. We should see this? This is like the short meadow. And this is the meadow we mowed, but it looks too short. See the edge? Like it's not... Why is it not growing? I'm gonna look at this other field that we mowed down here. The fog is kind of bogus. It's just, you know, is it really this necessary? Like, where's my fog slider? See, this doesn't look fully grown, but you know what? It doesn't have to be fully grown. So this is the growth stage we mow at. Grass and meadow are both bugged. As far as I know, you don't need to let them grow to their full potential. You can mow them at this low growth stage. And it works fine. And you get the full amount. People keep doing tests on it. I haven't done the test myself, but basically you mow at this state, you get 100%. You go mow at the next stage up, you get 100%. Instead of the way it used to be, where if you mow at this stage, you only get half as much, and you get don't get 100% unless you make it grow to 100%. And that's just a change in the way it works, which is unfortunate. But this little area right here is ready to mow, and we're going to go over here and check another area. See if it is ready to mow. And we're going to try... Then we don't have enough money to buy our fast track, so we might have to do a couple... Ooh, this area is ready to mow. This area is ready to mow. Sweet. We can do some grass work on our fields. Very excited about that. Especially get to use my special mower. Let's see what we have for contracts. Do we have enough contracts to make some money to be able to buy the stuff we want? We have a baling contract. Nice. We have a baling contract on field 38. You know what? I think I have the old version of Contract Boost. So this was like another product. It was like wheat or barley, but instead of actually getting ready, it just turned into a baling contract. But I don't mind. I'll borrow items and do that baling contract, and maybe we'll get enough money from that baling contract to hopefully we'll get enough money from this baling contract to be able to buy our fast track, and then we'll have 2 tractors, one ghetto tractor and one less than ghetto tractor, and go from there. AMF Farm Garage, by the way, I didn't say hi. Thank you for coming in. And our AMF, I said? A Farm Garage. Not the Farm Garage, but a Farm Garage. Only one. And Jack Sarge Farming, thanks for being here, guys. Welcome in. We now have a baling contract up here on this hill, which is pretty fun. Let's unfold our baler. And lower down and turn it on. Zoom out so we can see our bales. Oh, shoot, we didn't change the bale type. It's too late now. Whatever size bale we're doing, we're doing. That's all there is to it. Whatever size we're doing, we're doing. And then whatever bales we get, because we're using Contract Boost, the latest version of Contract Boost, not the one on ModHub, but the one on GitHub, on my GitHub. And if someone could drop a link, do we have any mods in the channel in the chat who can drop a link to GitHub for contract boost. I'll have to put I don't have a hashtag command for contract boost yet. Get one though. But anyways, if you get the latest version on GitHub, it does have the ability to collect all of the bales, both wrapped bales and these straw bales, and keep them. So you're doing the contract, you're doing the baling, which is the goal of the baling contract. And since the new contract system doesn't really care what you do with the bales, for whatever reason, I don't understand that at all. That means that as if the farmer just wants the straw off their field, then we can go ahead and keep it because we did all the work to collect it. Hey, J Meister, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Rock on, dude. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining the live stream. I feel like I've been hearing the same song like for like 10 minutes now. No, I haven't. I've been too busy modding to mod my pedals, which is more of a physical mod. I did find some driving shoes, shoes that I can use for driving. So I have some really lightweight, they're practically driving shoes. They're not actually technically driving shoes, but they're something I got on some kind of like, I don't know, what was it called? What was that deal site you used to get deals from? Like Deals Now or like Group, it was a Groupon. I got these shoes as part of a Groupon. They were like 20 bucks and I use them for like, they're kind of like halfway between slippers and shoes, which is actually what driving shoes are. And they work great as driving shoes. So I'm just using those as driving shoes, and I just can't play on this with the wheel and the pedals for more than a couple hours, because then my feet get sore. And I think part of the soreness is the spring level of the pedal is a little bit strong. So I'm looking into some modifications to the pedals to be able to change the dampening or spring level. Basically the spring that's holding it up. I don't know if those are going to work, but we'll see. And if I could change the angle, that would be the ultimate goal, but I'm hoping Moza comes out with truck pedals for their trucking bundle, which I sort of doubt they're going to do. I can hope. Other than that, I really like it. I'm enjoying the wheel, enjoying the pedals, enjoying the accuracy of driving with the wheel. For me, I think that's the biggest benefit, is just being able to drive somewhat accurately. Maintain lines without having to rely on courseplay or some other kind of navigation tool like Enhanced Vehicle. I've got my keybinds all set up, and I think I've got them to a place where I'm pretty happy with them. So overall, I think it's going okay. I did have to deal this week with work, as G Meister is asking. Work is going fine. Work is, you know, work is work. But I did have to deal with having to take the wheel off of my desk, because I work at this same desk with the same monitors, and I did have to take my wheel off to be able to work this week. And I quickly realized that the way I routed the wires for the wheel leaves the wires for the wheel dangling when the wheel's not there, because they're kind of like taped on the side of the desk with like special wire routing sticky thingies. But when I'm sitting at the desk, not sitting back like I am now, I'm sitting much more further forward, my legs or like rubbing on the wires, and the wires get in the way when I try to stand up or sit down. It's kind of fun. So, stuff to fix and figure out, but nothing big, nothing bad. How am I doing for bales? Let's get the counter up here. I'm glad the bale counter finally made base game. And we don't have to have a mod to have a bale counter. I think bale counter should be like totally simple base game stuff. We got 2 out of 2. That's good. 3. So I'm thinking we're probably going to get about 15 bales or so off this field. At like, I forget how big these bales are. 6,500 liters each, I think. So that's good. And I think about the biggest thing is when you're using a wheel. Excuse me. If you're using a wheel, the biggest thing is is in cab. When you're turning the steering wheel in cab, right? You see the wheel match what you're doing. Whereas if you're using the keyboard, you get this junk. Like that's just not, like that's how I steer when I'm like using the keyboard, right? But with the wheel, it's you get the smaller, more control over the movements, so it's just better. I just like it. And it's 6:30 in the morning, and we're still enshrouded in fog. Thank you, Giants, for this wonderful atmospheric, volumetric fog. The real question is how much am I missing by doing this in cab? I hope I'm not missing a lot. It's a good place for a bale. How is everyone else doing? How was your New Year's? We had a very quiet New Year's here. I was under the weather. I've been sick for 5 or 6 days now. Still kind of sick under the weather, but so we just had a chill New Year's at home. Didn't do anything. I barely made it. I barely stayed awake for the fireworks and stuff. My family got up and did their normal fireworks excitement and cheering down the countdown and stuff like that, and I almost fell asleep because I was just too sick. Farmer Brian, no. I don't feel any force feedback from the game. So the wheel is completely free spinning unless I turn the force feedback up. Now the wheel itself has force feedback, so that it's not completely free spinning, but I don't get any kind of force feedback so the only other wheel I've ever used in a game was I used a wheel, a friend had a wheel on Gran Turismo, one of the first Logitech wheels. And in Gran Turismo, when you're racing, when you're going around corners, you can feel the force feedback turning the wheel against you, pushing you to the outside of the corner and whatnot, right? But I don't feel any feedback from the tractor at all, which is what I would expect. So how to set that up or how to get that to work, I have no idea. I could have force feedback and just not know what it is because I don't know how to set it up. That could entirely be a possibility. A farm game says it was pretty quiet around here. A few boomers, but nothing like living in Vegas. Yeah. I heard. I don't know if you guys saw it. This was going around on Instagram and stuff like that. But apparently, Japan, they had a world record firework that they put off. They set off on New Year's Eve, as far as size. So like normal fireworks, like the big finale fireworks, they're usually like a couple 100 feet wide. Like the explosion and the amount of like is like usually a couple 100 feet wide. They did one in Japan that was 3/4 of a kilometer wide. That's how wide the explosion was. And the video I saw of it, it like lit up the entire city from a single explosion. It was insane. And apparently it was some kind of world record as far as the biggest firework or biggest explosion of a firework ever or something. It looked really cool. Personally, I like fireworks better in the summertime. I feel like fireworks for like July 4th is like more of a thing for me personally, because you know you get to go out and sit on the beach and watch the fireworks if you live near a beach or wherever, but you get to be outside and actually enjoying being outside. Whereas now, most places in the United States, at least, if you're outside right now, you're freezing your butt off. And so that's not really, that doesn't sound like fun to go outside when it's super, super cold out to watch fireworks. It's just me. So we always watch it on TV. If it's there. Hold on a second. All right, let's turn that around. Oh, we're doing good. 7 bales so far. We're doing pretty good. And I think actually for being in cab this whole time, I've never driven in cab as much as I have since I got the wheel. I don't know why. I think it's just because it looks normal now. And I can feel like I'm in the cab because I have the wheel. I can feel it a little bit. The effect is cool. I don't know if it's better or worse for you guys. What is it like as a viewer? So if you see someone like myself or anyone else who's driving with a wheel or driving in cab a lot when they're playing, do you feel like it's a better experience because you feel like you're driving along with them, or is it not? I actually genuinely want to know. So what do you guys feel like for as far as like if you're watching a stream or watching someone play? Like, do you feel like in cab is a good thing, or do you feel like in cab is too much? I'd love to know. Oh, cool. I've never looked at the radio. Oh, oh. Stay straight. Look at all the buttons. Jay Meisters was good. He streamed on New Year's Eve. Yes. I was going to stream, but then I just wasn't feeling up to it. I was not feeling well on New Year's Eve. You like to see the map environment? I do too. I do too. I'm actually kind of challenging myself to actually get through this whole harvest in the cab just to see if I can actually get the whole field done from in cab, because I never do this. I'm just trying to see if I can make it through without going crazy. So actually, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Giants introduced a bug, sort of. I don't know if you guys have noticed this with the contract system. Giants introduced a problem, and I don't think that they really thought about it. So the problem is that when you have a field that's harvest ready, quote unquote wait, am I missing something? Yes, I'm missing a row. When you have a field that's harvest ready, right? The contract system can either give you a harvesting contract or a baling contract. And right now, the way the base game is for some reason, it's heavily weighted towards baling contracts. So just like this contract that I'm doing now, if a crop is harvest ready, you almost always get baling contracts, and you hardly ever get harvesting contracts for cereal crops. Specifically cereal crops. It's crops that have straw. You almost never get harvesting contracts instead. And for most players, myself included, I would think that you'd want a harvesting contract, not a baling contract. Because even if you're not stealing the straw off the field, a harvesting contract lets you get to have more equipment, do more fun stuff, see more equipment in the game, whereas baling contracts are for straw is almost always, not always, but almost always square bales. Or at least it is for me. And that's it. Whereas if you have a harvesting contract, you can get a harvesting contract and then get a baling contract on that same field in the same day with it set the way it is now. Contract finished. Sweet. So we're going to lift up, turn off, and then we're going to go Y, dump out those last couple bales. We're going to come over here, and we're gonna we're not gonna finish the contract because I'm gonna use this tractor. Come over here. We're gonna fold up the cut you off. We're gonna fold this up, drop this off, and we're gonna head over to our farm and grab the bale trailer with their tractor. And I'm gonna check the contract system really quick while I'm doing it, because I want to see if I'm looking forward to a tedding contract. And I haven't seen any, and I really want to see one. Because I have to test something that I added to Contract Boost, I added the ability to collect the hay from a tedding contract. And I'm waiting for a tedding contract to show up. And they're really rare. Again, same reason, is that the game prefers mowing contracts on grass field or mowing contracts or what's it called? Bale wrapping contracts on grass fields and tedding contracts. I think because it's alphabetically further down the list, but I don't really know for sure. So you don't get as many tedding contracts. They're pretty rare. And I think it's all because of what I just said, where I don't think the game is weighting those type of contracts against each other. It's just kind of like whatever is available, whatever gets filled, whatever happens. So I'm trying to add some stuff to Contract Boost to allow there to be some weight towards, or not, so like weight or preference for harvesting contracts, or like if we want to have a preference for baling contracts, if you really like baling contracts, or if you really like tedding contracts, to be able to use those. I have to convert this to a bale trailer. Sweet. Auto load, yes. Customize. No. Yes. Customize. Yeah, that's the problem. So that's what I did a few minutes ago, right before I think you joined a farm garage. I added a bunch of grass fields to Sri Lanka. Just to this map and Sri Lanka both don't have a lot of grass fields. One way you can actually get heading contracts is to go into something like Sri Lanka and just set every field to grass. I have a test save for testing the variable pickup width, where I've turned every single field in Sri Lanka into grass. It looks pretty funny. And then I gave myself $1 billion and I bought like 10 big M's and I just set workers on mowing all of the fields. So I have like 24 fields on Sri Lanka that are mowed but have not been picked up. Just waiting for them. I'm using them for testing. Sometimes you got to overdo it to be able to get a test done. And I need to be able to test mods quickly because I'm literally loading in and out of the game 100 times in an hour as I'm developing mods. Here, check that out. That's pretty good. I actually got this field pretty clean from a picking up all of the straw standpoint. And we got 11 bales. How many did I say we're gonna get? I think I said 15. I was a little bit off. I don't want to collect on the contract yet because I'm still driving the contract tractor. But we'll collect on that next. And then hopefully we'll be able to afford our fast track. But I doubt it. I think the fast track's going to be like $240,000, $250,000 all said and done once we pick our options. And we're not going to have enough. So, one thing about this map. So I'm playing on, if you guys don't know, I'm playing on an edited version of this map. So, actually, I always play unedited versions of maps so that I can fix stuff. Part of the reason that I have double crops on my map is because I tried to fix the grass. And in doing so, it's now loading 2 copies of the crops, which is a base game bug. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. The game doesn't understand logic for some reason. For some reason on the base game maps, it by default loads all of the base game crops, and if you load your own crops, it loads a second copy of those crops, and it doesn't understand that they're the same crop. It's just a stupid, idiotic bug, and Giants is one of those things they're probably not going to fix because, you know, they don't care that much. But I'm playing on an edited version so that I can fix some stuff. Like the dairy. The dairy is a good example. B-Y. Y-Y. Okay. And so now we got our straw collected. Our trailer's here. Drop off the trailer. Collect the contract. I could have collected the contract at any time, but I was still using their tractor. Yes. Deadwood. Fertilizing. Not very expensive. Weeding. Not. These are all like the small fields. There's nothing outstanding here. 210. Is that enough for the fast track? Let's find out. I don't think it's going to be. I think that the fast track is a little bit more than that. Yeah, it's 218. Like base. And I want to add tires and engine configs and stuff like that. Alright, we need more money. Do we have anything to sell? Yeah, we probably have stuff to sell. Cement bags. We have 48,000 liters of cement bags. Let's turn on the straw silage. Our sawmill is almost out of wood, but our cement factory almost processed through all the stones we gave it. Remember we were loading stones last time? It's processed through it all. We have 48,000 liters of cement bags. So let's go sell some cement. Where do we sell cement bags? I actually don't know. So let's go back up here with our flatbed. Let's go sell some cement. I wonder if anywhere on the map actually buys cement. Actually, let's look. Let's look first. Prices. This one here. I'm still getting used to this stuff. C for cement. Cement bags. Oh. The warehouse. Wait. I always forget which one's which. The temple pays the most for them, but the temple won't buy all of them. But the warehouse, I can sell them at the warehouse too. It's not bad. $1,000 each. Alright, let's sell as many as we can at the warehouse, and then, or at the temple, and we'll take the rest of the warehouse. I don't think I've been to the warehouse yet, so that'll be a fun little trek. Hey, Farmer Groot, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Gosh, seriously? It was my fault, really, for selecting this little valley here as where I wanted to put my farm. It was my own damn fault. And the reason why we're getting such intense fog was 100% my fault. And I take full responsibility. But now we have to live with it. Alright. Let's go sell what we can up here. Because the best price is up here at the thing, but we already sold a bunch, so I don't think they need any. Ooh, they took it all. Nice. Let's exit out and see what they need now. They need wood beams, but they have enough wood beams, so the temple is continuing on to the next level, which is great. Let's go sell some more cement. It's our only product right now, and then I think if we sell one more load of cement, we'll have enough to buy our fast track, which will be exciting. You still have to buy a forage wagon also. just to remind everybody. By the way, this is one thing that they added in the game that I really like, and I thought was a bug when I first noticed it. But there's 3 different colors of pallets. Or 4 different colors? I forget. Somebody did a research on it. But I don't know if you've noticed, or you can see in this load, right? If I get out. See all the pallets that are underneath the cement bags? They're different colors. Like, this is the darkest color. This is a medium color. This is a lighter color. This is probably the lightest color. I think we have all 4 colors on this one load. I think that's awesome. That they added in different colors. Like, because pallets are sometimes, they're not always perfectly brand new. They sometimes will look used. So I think that's a super awesome feature or like quality of life enhancement that they've done. I think that's actually really good. I like that change. Now I own almost all this land, so I'm going to come over here and mow this grass soon. Go. I mean, how many cement bags will the temple take? I'm just going to keep giving them to them until they stop taking them. Making good money off of it. That way they're in storage. So anything I give to the temple is all sits there in storage until the temple needs it. So it's like dual purpose. It's not only for me to make money off of, but it's also for the temple to build. It might not need it for this stage, but there's like 30 stages or something like that, so still buying it. Alright, one more load and I think we should be more than enough for our purchase. Could have just stayed where I was. I didn't even have to move. And by the way, that cement production is something I found off online, and I edited. I put it up on my. I think I put it up, or I'm going to put it up. I forget. One of the two. Check my Discord, and if you don't have a invite to the Discord, you get one right here. Most of the stuff that I'm using in this playthrough are all things that either I created or I modified to make work better, like this truck. Like this is my version of this, the Lizard thing, which has off-road wheels because I like off-road wheels. So if you want to join the Discord, feel free. Love to have you. This thing, we're going to do this. I don't feel like walking this thing across the map, but I want to do some mowing. But let's go buy the fast track first before I forget. Fast track icon. Sweet. And want that. How are we doing? We have balanced 259. Is it going to charge me for colors? This is the color we're doing. This is hella matte black. We're doing this on all of our vehicles. These two colors. Hella black and hella matte black. Having a 666 on your license plate is probably not good. QMAV. Gaming. Back only. Okay. I think it looks fantastic. No fire extinguisher, no horns. I don't need the GPS, even though it does. I don't want the markers. I want the clean look. LED strobes, side grille. Sure. Oh. No beacons. Done. How much am I spending? 230. Good. Yes, we're actually buying a tractor. Woohoo! That's exciting. And then we're going to go and we're going to mow a couple of our pieces of property. So if we look at our property, we own this little piece of property right here, this little piece of property here, this one, and this one. Those are all like grassy areas, and I'm going to go mow all of them. And the first one we're going to get to is 92, and the best place to teleport there is going to 5. That's not what I wanted to do. I changed vehicles somehow. Let's go put this back. I totally somehow transferred into the other vehicle when I was trying to stay in that forward. I'm really waiting for... I don't know if it's been submitted yet or not. But Mac Trucker... Whoa. Wrong. That's not the brake pedal. That was the gas pedal. Okay. Not doing a very good job driving this tractor right now. Mac Trucker has a really awesome set of low loaders and trailers. I hope he releases all of them in one pack this time instead of having 6 different mods you have to download. I really want to see them all in one pack. But I'm hoping he releases those soon because those are my favorite trailers. Alright. Let's try that again. Here. And turn on. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work with the steering wheel. I have not used this vehicle with the steering wheel yet. So far, it seems pretty good. It was a little bit tricky to use this vehicle with the keyboard and mouse, I'm not going to lie. It just didn't work right. And it would get caught on stuff. I've adjusted the motor for this thing. So the motor should be better, and it should be less torquey and less dumb. But let's turn it on. And let's come in here and oh. And the best part is now it actually makes sense when I'm backing up. Oh wow, this is great. Cool. This is actually working really well. I'm surprised. And it feels weird that I'm using a handlebar-driven device with a steering wheel. I get it. Not. Okay, this is a bug in the game. I tried to fix this. I still haven't been able to figure out why this is doing this. Basically, there's a tip collision error underneath. There's a tip collision underneath the underneath the railway, the roadway, where if you try to mow up in this area, it doesn't tip. It mows, but then it kind of like keeps it in memory or something, and then dumps it all at once, which is really dumb. I don't know why it does it. It just does it that way. See, I was just dumping it all at once. There we go. See, it's just like, I have to be careful about where I like cross over the border. That's just a dumb tip collision. I thought I fixed that though. I hope we don't need a game save to fix that. Oh, it's sucking small. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's like, it's kind of a detail-oriented task, I think. Maybe I'm not zoomed in far enough to see what I'm doing. Let's try zooming in a little. Now, normally this land is not purchasable. I had to actually edit the map to make this land purchasable. Which I did because I wanted to be able to mow it, in all honesty. Because if it exists on the map, I want to be able to mow it. No, it's just what I want. And again, we're underneath the railway, and for whatever reason it decides that there shouldn't be tip collisions underneath the railway. Which doesn't, or the roadway, which doesn't make sense. I'm not driving this very well right now. Oh no. Oh no. What's going on? Ultimate balancing act. Let's try this again. That was fun. And it's all because it just like dumps a huge pile of grass. And then that pile of grass, because of the way the game now works, sort of has collisions on it. And it tries to calculate all those collisions all at once. And fails to do so. I mean, no one else would waste their time mowing this plot of land. This is like a useless plot of land. For me, it's like super entertaining. Oh, I forgot to add freaking... Who was the one who suggested this? Somebody suggested, I think it was Ronnie. No, it wasn't Ronnie. It was David, maybe? I forget. Somebody suggested a while back that I should turn this thing into a brush hog, because it kind of looks like a brush hog, like with there's no way this thing would just plow through a bush and leave it. No, it would destroy the bush. So I haven't added the code to this mower yet to turn into a brush hog, but I'm totally going to. Yeah, see again, we're underneath the, sort of underneath the highway, and so it's not dumping grass. This area must be like marked for not tip collisions or something. I almost have to turn the wheel so fast that I can't drive with two hands. I have to drive with one hand. This is fun. 3 packs plus an expansion. What do you guys... So let's actually talk about that. New map coming in 2025. So, the expansion, if you buy the Season 1 pass, which I have purchased, just... I don't know why. I don't like buying that stuff individually, and I got a deal on it, or whatever. Save a little bit of money for pre-order. Fine, whatever. I actually liked Silver Run Forest, which was the... well, that was the year 1 pass for last time, right? So I liked Silver Run Forest. I didn't really like Zelonka. I think I still don't like Zelonka. If I play Zelonka at any point, it's going to be under protest, because I think Zelonka's boring. I really don't think that Zelonka is... I don't think Zelonka meets Farm Sim standards. I think it doesn't even meet Polish map standards, right? Because it's built to be like kind of a Polish map. I really don't think Zelonka meets even Polish map standards. Like what we think of as really good Polish maps, I don't think Zelonka meets that level of detail. Because a lot of Polish maps have these really super ultra tight farms, lots of custom buildings, and personally, I don't think Zelonka meets that level of detail that we get from so many custom map makers, right? So I'm not a fan of Zelonka. I don't think that one actually... Well, that was year 2, right? I don't think Zelonka was worth the year 2 pass. I think all of the extra equipment we got for year 2 with all and the extra crops and stuff like that for year 2 or year 3 or whatever it was, I don't even remember. So I won't play Zelonka on 25. I used it as a test map. That's about all it is to me. But what do you guys think the new map is going to be? I think they've said it's going to be a UK map. Is that right? Like, do we know where in the UK? Is it going to be like an actual UK map, or is it going to be a, I don't know, like a Irish map? I think looking at the picture that's on that billboard, it kind of looks like an Irish map, like, or a UK map that's near the water. Like there's a bit of water in that screenshot. So it looks like it's on the hillside going down into the water, which makes me, you know, means so they can use their ferry boat or something like that. You know, you have to think about Giants. They love reusing stuff, so if they can reuse their ferry boat on another map, then they'll do it. They'll just skin it to look like a UK ferry versus a US ferry. What the heck just happened? Okay. Hold on. Oh. Oh, hey. In-cab for this thing is really weird. This is the in-cab view. I've never actually done the in-cab view on this vehicle. I have to actually kind of look down to see the cutter bars. Oh, nice. Does the speedometer work? Oh, no, it's not a speedometer. It's what gear you're in. It's like I'm always in 3rd gear. In-cab is so weird on this thing. Whoops. So the base game version of this, I don't know what you want to call it, mower? Tractor? It's actually pretty fun to use, but it's too slow. So this is my modded version of it, which I did before I understood the coloring system, so it's not colorable. I hard-coded all the colors. And I actually did a full stream where I customized this and showed people how to do it. And the people who are watching the stream actually helped me pick out the colors, decide which stuff should be what. But I just made it go a little bit faster. It's really all the modifications that I've done, so that I could be able to mow at, 18, 20 miles an hour, or 18 kilometers an hour, which is like, it seems like the right speed for something like this for me. It's a little bit fast, but, it's not so slow that I wouldn't want to use it for a contract, or I wouldn't want to use it for a bigger field. It's fast enough where I'm still going to use this for even larger fields, because it's got a 4-meter cutting width. It doesn't windrow, but that's fine. Once I set it up as a brush hog, it'll be even better. Whoop, whoop. I think I'm actually bumping when I'm turning the wheel really fast. I'm bumping one of the camera buttons, which is why you see it switch cameras. I'm sorry about that. I don't know. This is fun to me. Especially these like weird plots of land that aren't perfect and take some navigating to actually get around. So I personally like these kind of weird plots of land, and not only that, like on this map there's tons of these plots of land all over the map. And none of them were viable, so I've made them all viable, and I'm planning on owning them all as we play through this playthrough. So that we can do this on all of these little weird plots of land, because this is fun. So these stones are kind of in the way. And then we still have to get a forage wagon to pick this up. So between now and next time, we're gonna actually have to end now. So I'm gonna finish up this mowing. This has been a lot of fun, actually. I had more fun doing mowing than contracts, which is kind of tells you what I like to do in this game. I'll finish up this mowing and on all these little plots of land, and then probably do some more contracts so that I can buy a small forage wagon. I don't know if I'm going to go for the smallest one, but I'll probably get a medium-sized one. And, color it and all that kind of stuff. And then pick up all this grass, get it in the fermenter. And then next time we'll come back and we'll, explore a little bit more of what this map has to offer for spring. Maybe getting into a few more contracts. Maybe seeing what we're going to do with our new fields. But no longer on. Yeah, there is no such thing on this map. Well, there actually is. So I'll show you. I'll show you all the buyable plots. There's almost no unbuyable land in this. Basically, everything that I could do anything with, whether it's forestry or cutting grass or whatever, everything on this map is viable. Or almost all of it. Even some stuff you wouldn't expect to be viable. For different reasons. Let me finish my headland, I'll show you. And we'll head out of here. God, I'm getting an arm workout. Doing all this crazy mowing with this silly mower. I'm like totally getting an arm workout because this is like not like easy farmland. This is very complex farmland. All right, let's pause here. Let's turn this thing off. I'll show you real quick. So this is Hutan Pantai, or my version, and as you can see, you can buy all the way up to the borders. You can own all the way up to the borders, all the way around. I actually created my own map borders because the game doesn't want you to buy the stuff up here along the side. And the map borders that are built into the map don't let you do that. So I had to replace them with my own map borders. The only places you can't buy are the town area right here, because there's not really anything you can do with this town area, and the city area down here. So this stuff is not viable. Now I could make the city viable potentially, especially some of these like big open parking lot areas where you could put like an extra production in the lot here or whatever. But I haven't made them viable just because it takes a lot of work, honestly. But there's some other areas like this, like right here underneath this overpass, this big, huge, great grassy area. It's a bunch of grass here. There's grass along these little verges next to the highway. This whole area right here by the BGA is a huge grassy area. We're going to own that eventually. And the BGA itself, like to be able to buy the BGA. All of this stuff should be viable in my mind, and I've made it all viable. So when I'm playing, like here you are by the shop, right? I made this little teeny tiny plot of land here by the shop viable so that I could put my fill station on it. Or I made the hill behind the shop viable. This is the grassy area. This is the woody area. I made it all viable because I want to be able to use every spot of land however I see fit. That's just the way I play my game. So yeah, this version of the map has no unviable land. This is available if you do want to play this version of the map. Join Discord. It's on my Discord, available for download if you want to play this version of the map. Happy to let you do it. I've made a bunch of other changes to the map. You can find them as you play it. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. We still got about 5 or 6 people who are still hanging out with all the mowing madness. But thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. And if I can get some time to stream this weekend, I'll try to do some more. But for that, that's going to be it for me today. I've had a great time. I hope you had a great time. And we'll sketch you next time. Bye-bye. A fishmonger production on the docks is a great idea. But if you can't place something on the docks, then how are you going to make a fishmonger production on the docks? You know what I'm saying? 100%. Bye-bye.